Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you build websites for a living, you already know the game has totally changed. Great code and a slick eye for design, yeah, those just aren't enough anymore. Today, we're building the definitive playbook for freelance web creators who want to truly master the digital gig economy. We're going to break down the exact systems that top-tier freelancers are using right now to consistently win those high-paying clients. So, what actually separates a struggling freelancer from a fully booked web creator? Well, it's brutal out there on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. You aren't just competing with other designers. You're battling constantly changing algorithms, crazy global price wars, and massive industry shifts. Surviving here isn't just about being the absolute best coder in the room. It's really about mastering visibility and controlling the narrative around your own expertise. Here's the playbook we're going to use today, mapping it all out, kind of like a theater performance. We'll hit the web creator's performance, the backstage of speed and infrastructure, the main stage of conversion-focused design, the front stage of self-branding, and finally, how to master the whole visibility game. All right, part one, the web creator's performance. To really win on these global platforms, we actually need to step away from the code for a sec and look at human behavior. There's this concept from sociologist Irving Goffman called impression management, and honestly, it is exactly what every booked-out freelancer is doing every single day. You're executing a meticulously crafted performance to secure work. Think of it as a dual reality. You've got a front stage where you wow your clients, and a backstage where all the messy, invisible, heavy lifting happens. Also, your front stage looks like absolute magic. Moving on to part two, backstage, speed, and infrastructure. This is where all those vital technical optimizations live. Your client never sees this stuff, but if this foundation crumbles, the whole performance fails. The secret to a rock-solid backstage is knowing your tools so you don't burn hours of unpaid time. Think about the difference between environment cloning and design cloning. If you're safely moving a client's database, you're environment cloning with a plugin like Duplicator. But say you spot a killer layout online and want to use it as a starting block for a brand new build. That's design cloning. You grab a URL-based tool like cloner.app to extract those visual patterns instantly. Just knowing the difference between the two saves massive amounts of time. And let's be real, your sanity. Think about the absolute mountain of invisible labor required to make a site fast, like what you'd see on the NitroPack WordPress speed optimization checklist. Your client never sees you minifying CSS, generating critical above-the-fold content, or configuring CDNs. Because of that, most freelancers' backstages are complete chaos. But this intense behind-the-scenes infrastructure, it's exactly what turns a generic website into a premium high-ticket product. So why do we sweat all that backstage labor? Because of one terrifyingly small number. 2.5 seconds. That is literally the absolute maximum time you have to hit your largest contentful paint, or LCP. It's a major core web vital. If your hero image takes longer than 2.5 seconds to load, Google's algorithm penalizes you and user experience goes straight out the window. Okay, part three, main stage, conversion, focused, design. Let's pull back the curtain and look at what your clients and their customers actually interact with. This is where the backstage and main stage totally collide. Get this. A single 1-second delay in mobile load time can slash conversions by up to 20%. Boom, gone. Think about that impact on a client's wallet. By the time a site takes 3 seconds to load, most of your mobile visitors have already bounced. Speed isn't just an IT issue anymore, it's practically your most critical design feature. There's a brilliant quote from Trisha Creative that hits the nail on the head regarding conversion psychology. If everything on a page is emphasized, nothing is. Amateurs love throwing in chaotic pop-ups and desperate countdown timers. But a truly conversion-ready layout is quiet. It uses clean typography and intentional contrast to deliberately guide the eye. It communicates pure competence just by getting out of the user's way. Because, let's be real, a beautiful design can never rescue vague, confusing copy. You've got to treat your website as a highly tuned sales system. Try using this super specific 3-step sequence. 1, name the exact audience or problem directly. 2, state the outcome in plain, everyday language. 3, support it with a real differentiator. Drop all that meaningless marketing fluff like results-driven solutions and give the visitor absolute certainty. And here is the biggest trap freelancers fall into. We have to stop organizing our websites like static resumes with that standard about, services, portfolio structure. Seriously, stop doing this. You need to build every single page to force a specific decision within the first 30 seconds. Map their intent, strip away the friction, and drive them to a primary action like book a consultation, with a softer backup like see recent work. Which brings us to part 4, Front Stage, the art of self-branding. This is your visible reputation out there on global platforms, and it's how you actually attract the clients in the first place. This is impression management in the wild. When you optimize an Upwork profile, you're using built-in platform features. Think job success scores, top-rated badges, total earnings, to instantly signal trust. You literally have a split second to stop a client from scrolling right past you. Those specific visual cues, that's your hook. To actually beat the algorithms and visibility games out there, researchers have found freelancers rely on 5 essential strategies. You actively boost your profile, you showcase laser-specific skills, expand your presence everywhere you can, obsessively maintain off-platform relationships for those crucial 5-star reviews, and you ruthlessly individualize your brand so you aren't just another face in the crowd. It's an endless, continuous loop of effort. But make no mistake, keeping up this front stage is exhausting. Researchers call it aspirational labor. It's basically the hustle behind the hustle, right? It's the invisible, completely unpaid work of constantly tweaking your profile, analyzing keywords, and feeding the platform's algorithms just so you don't disappear from search results entirely. The performance, unfortunately, never stops. Finally, part 5, mastering the visibility game. How do we tie the backstage, main stage, and front stage together into an unfair advantage? Take a look at the portfolio of highly successful web creator Suman Patwari. It's an absolute masterclass. The front stage proof is undeniable. Over $200,000 generated across 650 sites. He explicitly sells his backstage skills by offering core Web Vitals optimization. He designs main stages built purely for conversion. And he maintains a flawless 5.0 global rating through elite impression management. This right here is the complete package. So as you apply this playbook to your own freelance career, you have to ask yourself a tough question. Is your digital performance sincere or is it cynical? Are you just hacking keywords to temporarily fool an algorithm? Or does your front stage brand genuinely reflect undeniable backstage excellence? The platforms will eventually figure out the difference. The real question is, will your clients?